like this is not a fun stream because what kind of commentary am I supposed to give to a guy just fucking lying? Hello, 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 ladies, gentlemen, and NBs. It is an early stream on this fine Wednesday, the 24th of September. Time is flying, and so are our energy levels. But you have made it through half of the week, and that is already success enough. Only 2 more days until the promised break from capitalism enters through the main door of your house, also known as the weekend. Thank you for choosing to spend this lovely, lovely Wednesday with me, myself, and I. I will try to keep you as informed and entertained as my mind allows. 2 more days, 2 more days. Maybe it's going to feel like only one after your chill session with your boy, Hugo. How are you guys doing? Everybody good? Everybody okay? It's very nice to see you in such fine numbers for an early stream. I'm trying to make early streams a thing at least once once a week. Honestly, it's really healthy for me because I'm not tired and dead and it's not night. As you can see from the light, like this room is never this light, even with all the lighting systems that I've purchased. So it feels good. It feels good. What's that in the background? It's a cat. It's a cat. We call him Mushroom or some shit. Yo, Yuga, it was my birthday 2 days ago. I turned 17. Happy birthday, Robo. Happy birthday. I wish you all the best, my friend. You're a great kid. Discovered today that our prime minister is a short king. They're all short kings. Short betas, more like. Chat, he took a photo of you. Yes, I'm a taxpayer. Thank you. You do not look like a taxpayer to me. That is a big link. Wait. Oh, Lord. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, my God. Aren't Scandinavian people supposed to be like one of the tallest on the planet? And yet you pick like the only small person in your entire country. That is so funny. He probably requested that. You know that he definitely reached out to their TV station and he asked for a little step up area because he knew the hostess lady was tall. You just know. Okay. When real cat. One day. Maybe that can be the 10,000 subscriber goal. Oh, anyways, a bunch of shit happened. A bunch of people went to the UN and they said many things. And I was like, let's just do that today. Let's watch the speeches. Let's dunk on them. Let's make fun of these people that are steering this beautiful species ship towards catastrophe and measure their ability to feel the temperature of the room. I lost my job for disrespecting Charlie Kirk, but watching your streams makes it more tolerable. What the fuck? Seriously? They fired you for disrespecting Charlie Kirk. I'm very sorry to hear that, but fuck them. But it's better that you don't work for those types of people. Thank you for your service. Everybody say thank you, Marxist Mechanic, for your service. No, jokes aside, that sucks, my friend, but fuck them. Fuck them. You'll find a better place. You're glad to see you back. Been missing you while I've been working this week and last week. Yeah, I streamed last week. Last week I had two very successful streaming sessions. Very, very successful. And this week we plan on streaming 4 times. Today I gotta take my grandma to a concert or some shit. That's why we're streaming earlier. But yeah, sounds like a plan. Let's just watch some of these people. So you can read from the title, Trump UN speech number 1 destroys Green Agenda. Green Agenda will never be the same. Trump very much destroy. Then we have Comrade Tavarish Kimmel, coming to us straight from Kremlin, who has single-handedly defeated the censorship apparatus of the Western capitalist imperialist white devils. And then we have our queen from Slovenia completely pissing all over Donald Trump in front of his face in the UN Assembly, which is pretty busted. And then maybe we have the French guy, and maybe we have a video about how white supremacist protests in the UK are a sign of a not even declining empire, of a dead empire. Take your grandma to a death metal concert. Take your grandma to death. Comrade Kimball, Comrade Tavares, yeah, Comrade, yes. We like to insert the non-English words in it to make uni-language people feel bad. Anyways, let's start out with my beautiful boy, okay? Or no, let's start out Balkan. Let's start out with the president of Slovenia.
We did not stop the Holocaust. We did not stop the genocide in Rwanda. We did not stop the genocide in Srebrenica. We must stop the genocide in Gaza. There are no excuses.
Fucking murder, dude. Fucking murder. Absolute fucking murder. And actually an exquisite point. Europeans like to tap themselves on the back for being at the forefront of quote-unquote protecting human rights all over the world, yet they have literally never succeeded in doing so. Like, literally never succeeded in doing so. Always too little, too late. If it's not them committing the actual act of mass violence in the first place, which is hilarious. Early as fuck, oh my god, absolutely. I gotta put some respect on my African, European, and West Asian comrades in here, and the Australians to an extent. I gotta put my respect on them. Stream sometimes when they can actually attend. But that's why, if you're from any of those parts of the world, you especially need to pay your taxes on this fine day, okay? You need to motivate me to properly represent you as a taxpayer should be represented. You understand? This is how the Twitch economy works.
Anymore.
Respecting Australians sound uncharacteristic. I like respecting people that don't exist.
None. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
The Assembly will hear an address by Her Excellency Natasha Pirc-Musar, the President of the Republic of Slovenia.
Slovenia in chat. Let's go.
I request protocol.
I have a green sword now. Cuphead Socialist, dear comrade, is now one of the new mods. You better put respect in her name, or I will sick her on you. Okay, I will sick her on you. Cuphead Socialist is one of those more radical police officers. Okay, she will fuck you up. You understand me? She's been specially trained in Israel chat rooms to annihilate any potential dissent.
To escort Her Excellency and invite her to address the Assembly.
One more female drone pilot, absolutely.
Madam President, please accept my warmest congratulations on your election at this historic 80th anniversary of the United Nations. Your election underscores the vital importance of including women in the decision-making process. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, in 1945...
God, what the fuck is that outfit? I love it so much. Oh my god, that outfit is sick as hell. She's got those Mick Jagger sleeves, bro. It's awesome. She looks great. Slay Queen.
The end of the Second War.
2 rings, yeah, let's go. Inspired by Zoran Mamdani himself. Zoran, famously Balkan man, by the way.
World War was greeted with celebrations, and hopes were placed in a new era of peace and cooperation, embodied by the creation of the United Nations. However, those hopes were soon overshadowed by the onset of the Cold War. When it ended in 1991, we once again dared to believe that this would pave the way to the vision of lasting peace, security and cooperation.
What? Cold War ended in 1999? What the hell? 89? I think you're mistaken. Very cute, very cute. I wish them all the best of luck. By the way, look at the hype picture. Look at the hype picture. This is such an inside joke that it turns me on. Okay, you know what to do. Retweet that shit. I'll delete it later. It won't fuck with your algorithm. Retweet that shit. Retweet that shit or face my ire. Indeed.
As enshrined in the UN Charter.
Please, where am I? You are on the internet, Barbara. I can understand that some people might get confused by the title of the actual stream, because my title is Trump UN speech #1 destroys green agenda. Comrade Kimmel is back. Slovenian president owns Israel in 4K, okay? I've recognized that the more literally fucking idiotic my titles are, the more people there are in chat, which says a lot about you, chat, honestly, low-key. I'm low-key calling you idiots high-key.
That vision has not materialized. In fact, the situation has worsened, and here is why. Firstly, the Security Council, envisioned as the very pillar of collective security, is failing to meet the expectations of the world, if it ever has. The Permanent Five were supposed to be role models for the rest of the world, working...
That was never the case. The Permanent Five were just the biggest five, being like, we matter more than the rest of the world. So we get to override any decision made by these stupid, small, insignificant countries. That is always, the Permanent Five has always been a flex.
For peace. Some work in their own interests instead. Secondly, the promise of the Sustainable Development Goals is faltering. Progress is lagging, and with cuts in development assistance, millions of the world's poorest are pushed further away from the access to even the most basic services. Thirdly, international law appears to stand at the precipice of irrelevance.
It has been irrelevant for a while now, especially irrelevant after the Cold War ended, because in a unipolar world where one particular state has so much overarching power as compared to any other UN member state, their opinion, their actions, their vision of the direction the world needs to take in matters more than everyone else. Like, if you have a pit bull with a bunch of chihuahuas sitting at a table discussing what to do about the future of their dog kingdom, the pit bull will pretend to listen to the chihuahuas, but if the pit bull actually wants to do something, he will do something, because even 20 unified chihuahuas can't do shit to a pit bull, okay? That is the unipolar world order. International law cannot exist when one potential criminal is more powerful than the police, okay?
Independence of elected international judges, the integrity...
You do not have to watch a movie in which there is like one world government controlling everyone. You already exist in it. That's called a unipolar world, okay? To larger or greater extent, certain local powers try to exert whatever the fuck they're trying to exert. Larger powers, such as, for example, the People's Republic of China, tries to eventually pull itself up by bootstraps and exit this unipolar world system. But at the end of the day, as long as there is only one big dog, it is basically a planet run by one government, one subcategory of capitalists, and propped up by a, very intense, very strong, very often uninformed labor aristocracy that also itself suffers under the boot of its domestic capitalist exploitation. PRC is still dependent upon the West through economic ties now anyway. Yes, I'm talking about the direction that the PRC is trying to take the world in by questioning unipolarity as such. The main point here isn't whether you prefer someone over the United States, or whether you really like or dislike particular particular non-American countries and their behavioral patterns. The conversation point here is that in a unipolar world, you basically have one country running the entirety of the show, and systems put in place to protect smaller states in a unipolar world are laughable whenever those smaller states are put in the crosshairs of the unipolar world power. That's how it works. You can like it, you can dislike it, that's reality. So I don't know. Either accept, cope, or move on. Unipolar global politics has more in common with a spinning top than anything else. In this analogy, spinning can be thought of as economy power, and the point on which the top sits is the hegemon. As soon as it loses a little too much spin, it starts to wobble. We are wobbling. Yeah, pretty much.
Of human rights institutions, personal security of human rights defenders.
You shouldn't justify other kinds of imperialism just to oppose unipolarity, by the way. Rookie mistake. Who's justifying anything? I don't know what you're talking about. Rookie and what? The fuck are you talking about?
And the authority of this organization are under siege. Fourthly, the Genocide Convention risks becoming a relic of the past. Some states have put the International Criminal Court to its greatest challenge ever. Its prosecutors, whose only duty is the pursuit of justice, and its judges, whose responsibility is to uphold the law, our international law, now face sanctions and intimidation. As if the states that sanction them would prefer to shield the alleged perpetrators of atrocities rather than confront the truth and help deliver justice. Fifthly, the landmark opinion of the International Court of Justice affirming that international law obliges states to prevent harming the climate already feels obsolete. And finally, states are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement, from the Ottawa Treaty, and from the UN agencies, or simply cutting their finances. Each such act chips away at the support for multilateralism, a system designed not for the powerful few, but for the benefit of all of us.
Yeah, she's basically calling it a different word instead of multipolarity, but she implies that has existed since the end of the Cold War, which it absolutely has not. And one could argue that it almost never has in the history of humanity, except during the Cold War, because of the very niche historical moment in which we found ourselves then, when the world was quite literally divided, not on the basis of metaphysical imbecilic concepts such as nationality, ethnicity, and culture and all of that fucking I'm gonna invent what I am bullshit, but on actual difference in materialist analysis of how society should be run between the capitalists and the socialists, right? So arguably we never really had true multipolarity before or after the Cold War.
Madam President, how are we
18 and live. Thank you, Hey Hachiro. Thank you very much.
To explain these trends to our electorates, to our people, and above all, to our children? Shall we tell them that this is the new normal, that might makes right?
Her intention is great, so I'm not going to make fun of comrade President. What's her name? Natasha, desi bre, Natasha, sestro moja. I'm not gonna make fun of Natasha, but she's like, oh, this thing that wasn't a real thing until now. It's really concerning that it might stop being a thing. You know, like
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
it's giving like the poor neighborhoods of a city have been like in an active civil war for 10 years, and then there's a single shooting in the privileged neighborhood of the city, and that's the first time when the people from the privileged neighborhood start being like, holy shit, this is a problem. Gun violence is a problem. We should do something about it. Does it remind you of something in particular that happened recently?
That the strong may seize what they want, because they can.
Yes, welcome. Yes, that's the United States, sister. What the fuck, Natasha?
That they can kill with impunity, because they can. That they may pollute, wage wars, and trample on international law, just because they can. Are we prepared to look our children in the eyes and say, this is the world you will inherit and there is nothing we can do about it?
I mean, there is literally nothing you can do about it. There is literally nothing you can do about it unless there is a power big enough, unironically, to compete with the United States that is not only big enough, but manages, while being big enough, to get, the majority of the world, at least 51% of the global countries that generate capital, to actually join their side. What the fucking helly, King Cole Prince, what the fuck? Why are you paying taxes twice? You know I love you, you know you the best, but what the fuck, make the rest pay, yes. You other cunts, you other cheap Western pieces of shit. Look at what the King Cole Prince is doing. Look at the amount of privilege he is throwing at all of you motherfuckers. And you're sitting there fucking quiet, okay? Western minority fucking carrying chat. And you fucking white boys in here fucking just sleeping. All of a sudden you're colorblind or something. Just sleeping. Hey, thank you. Everybody say thank you to Prince. Thank you very much.
Adoption of the
Fucking legend.
Act for the Future last year, we have charted a path toward a stronger, more forward-looking United Nations. But we must now create the conditions to fulfill our commitments. One way forward is to establish a permanent advocacy network to give the pact unconditional, sustained political support. To this end, I propose the creation of a global forum for the future, an inclusive movement of
That's fucking great. Okay.
states committed to...
But again, no, that's unironically cool. That sounds like a very good idea. And an overarching structure that follows species-wide interest first over a particular national interests. That is the future. That is what we need to do. But that is impossible in a unipolar world, because why would a singular world power ever give up power? Why would it? Why would it ever? Because of a belief in internationalism. Internationalism will directly cause its inevitable decline. That's why there should never be a single world power. Like when I oil up China, I'm like, let's go PRC, woo, let's destroy the American unipolar world order. I'm not hoping that China becomes the next number one. I want this constant economic nuclear threat between all of these motherfuckers, okay? Sure, does my subjectivity, lead to a particular proclivity of pro-Chinese sentiment because I am not from the West, nor do I care about Western hegemony? Of course, but that's my subjectivity as a communist from the fucking Balkans. Your subjectivity might be very different, and your material conditions might imply your more negative sentiments towards the PRC. But one thing that we all need to see eye to, if we want a more democratic planet, is that unipolarity sucks fucking balls and it needs to go away. Okay? She was Melania Trump's lawyer. The plan is working. Who? She was? No way. No way, Jose. Link right now. That would be the craziest shit ever. The plan, it would indeed be working then. Europe is now washing their hands of the genocide because their goals have been achieved in that part of the world. It's a step in the right direction, but this is just for show. To an extent, I agree. Yes. I mean, they realize that the domestic voting body really cares about Palestine at this point. So from that perspective, they are washing their hands off of it because they want to get reelected. Is best known for her rulings and books on freedom of information, legal opinions, and high-profile legal cases in which she represented Slovenian-born Melania Trump. The plan is working. I swear to God. Man, everything comes back to the Balkans. Everything revolves around my little part of the world. We don't have main character syndrome because we are main characters. We literally are main characters. Holy shit. Like...
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Fucking train going fucking true, motherfucking true. More taxes, more taxes, more taxes. I'm going to fucking start streaming earlier because of you, beautiful, beautiful Oilers. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, you fucking legend. Thank you very much, ka. Machurum. Balkan supremacy. Balkan supremacy indeed.
Multilateralism.
All roads lead to the Balkans. Literally. We connect everything, bro. Everything. Okay? Where did World War I start? Balkans. Where was the one country that liberated itself from Nazi occupation? Balkans. The guy that invented fucking electricity? Balkans. Okay? Dua Lipa. Balkans. Burek. Balkans. Leskovačka. Lovačka Vešalica, Balkans. You guys won't know that.
Mutual respect and the
By the way, Cuphead, if you know how to or any other mods, let's remove that image from exclamation point tags because it's like it's just wrong. I don't know. And we can put like a text that explains the three categories. There's 3 lines of text that says what is first world taxation, what is second, what is third.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Thank you, Polky, you fucking legend. You absolute legend. Another Western minority paying their goddamn taxes to Balkan supremacy. Let's fucking go. Thank you very much. There we go. Fucking line go up. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Very much like. Thank you very much, Polky. Now, okay, is it me or do I hear Turkey is the table? What? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Balkans. Beberek, Rita Ora, Ivar, Jokic, Djokovic, Doncic. All Balkans. Yes! 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 It's so easy, dude. Like Albanians and Serbs hating each other. Albanians and Serbs dominating every entertainment or sports industry in the world. Shaking hands like, yes, we will take over world with basketball, with tennis ball, and with microphone. Yes. Škije Chetnik cooperation. Okay, no, Shiptar Chetnik cooperation. Pogačar is Slovenia. I know. I'm doing the whole thing. John Cena, Albanian again. Sweden officially opposes the genocide, but we also help arm Israel. Yeah.
Defense of our shared vision. A movement determined to stand up for the pact and drive its implementation at every level. As states consider how to implement the pact for the future, Some solutions may be seen as inconvenient today, but in the long run, ladies and gentlemen, they are not optional. They are systemically necessary.
It is. Even if you're a unipolar power and you are wise enough, you will understand that eventually you will no longer be a unipolar power. So you wanna invest in international systems which will, to an extent, protect you once you melt down into multipolarity. But that is an immaterial analysis, because there is no because states almost exclusively act on short-term basis. From one administration to another, that's the only thing they know how to do. So systemically, it is difficult, borderline impossible, for a country's management, its executive body, to be able to plan as long term as we would want it to. It's impossible. Thank you, Debo, you fucking G. Thank you, Darkwing Cuck, for paying your taxes. And thank you, Easy Money Camper. Very nice to see you, Darkwing Cuck. One of the best names in chat.
The first example is the reform of the Security Council. We all recognize that it is the principal organ entrusted with the maintenance of...
Bro, don't forget the Romanian guy who invented the jet engine, Henry Olsobakan. Absolutely, yes. Thank you for reminding me, by the way. Absolutely. It's insane. It's insane. Vampires, Balkan. Literally, Google the word vampire, where it comes from. Vampir. Thank you, Badger. Thank you very much. We're like, and also... pasty ass Europeans that never did colonization. Never went and brought back a bunch of slaves from somewhere else. Like crazy. Balkans literally insane. Like what? And then the fucking idiots, we just have 8 years during the 90s where we just ruin our entire reputation. Like literally, like being under imperialist colonial rule for like 5 centuries, liberating ourselves, being on the right side of history almost always, and then just for 10 years completely ruined. For 10 years we're like, I want to kill guy that lives in a next forest because his accent slightly different to mine. I must butcher and rape entire family. Da? Like, we just did that for 10 years, and now everybody just thinks that's what we are. But we gave you fucking electricity. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's like we got nerfed, okay? We're the OP character. Everybody's fucking 6'3", speaks 3 languages, and almost everyone has a college degree and a fucking apartment. And I don't know, God was like, we gotta nerf these dudes. Like, convince Serbs, Croats, and Bosniaks that the other one is Satan incarnate, and give them a bunch of American guns. Insane.
International peace and security. But what it is not, and must never be, is a body that stands above international law to defend the interests of some at the expense of others. Jus cogens norms must be safeguarded as a matter of principle. If the prohibitions against genocide and crimes against...
Many Roman rulers were from Albania. Constantine is from Niš, I believe, southern Serbia. But yes, I think more than half of all Roman emperors are from the wider Balkan region, right? But you should not confuse them for being the particular ethnicities of that region, because they came before almost all of the current Balkan states existed. But ethnically, they can be very similar, yeah.
Humanity are accepted as jus cogens norms.
We're not Albanian. Like, ethnicity is okay, the nation state started with the French Revolution. The way we are just like very... brainwashed into believing that, I don't know, some guy from Central Europe 1,000 years ago called himself German. Like, Italy is a newer country than the United States of America. Okay? Germany is a federation of 3 very large tribes. Serbs, Albanians, Bosnians are a mixture of like 70 different fucking tribes. It's don't be like I invite people to not be nationality pilled.
Crazy
What the fuck?
Crazy hamburger!
Jen, you motherfucker! What the fuck, Jen? Jen, you piece of shit! Thank you, Jen. There we go. Another good white in chat. Another good Western white woman. Okay? Thank you very much, Jen, you fucking legend. Paying taxes. There you go. White chatters lives matter. Okay? Fucking legend. Thank you very much. Still Balkan W, they ruled Rome. Absolutely. I mean, if you really want to make like a patriotic argument and you refer to specifically the Bulgarian and the Serbian medieval kingdoms, you could make a pitch that together with Byzantium, they also inherited Roman quote-unquote civilization, because a lot of their kings intermarried with Byzantium royalty, and Byzantine royalty is Roman royalty. So if you want to like do the whole I fucking hate nationalist metaphysics. It's the D&D. It's so like it's fun, but you should only ever treat it as like a play at fun. Like, ooh, who was the like ish. Split was the pension home for one of the emperors. Yeah, it's fun because it feels like reading video game lore, because it is like it literally is.
Can any permanent member claim a legitimate veto right in such circumstances? Member states have attempted to address this question through many reform proposals, but with minimal progress. This is why we must dare to go further now. We, the General Assembly, must take a bold step and request an advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice on this very question. Second, we must confront the gap between our words and actions on
Treat nationality like a sports team. You root for them, but don't worship them. That is a great allegory. I agree with that. That is absolutely great. That is absolutely fantastic. Be like, woo, I love Estonia, but don't be like, Estonians are literally better, genetically superior to Indonesians. And then the Indonesian is like, the Soviet Union has elevated you to sapiens. You only exist to be eventually destroyed by a Chinese Dongfeng missile. You know that video? I haven't played that video in a while. Wow Mao is still editing. I will literally fly to the UK and I will beat Wow Mao to a pulp. I swear to God. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love him. But come on, 3 months to edit a video. And I know it's a fucking 1 hour video, but my guy... I'm kidding. I love it. It's gonna be a magnum opus, so it's okay. This is what I'm referring to. Give him one more day. One more day. Remember, one more day.
It's the small Chinese colonial island making issues for the world. You hate your own identity so much that you do your best to laugh as in European Slavs.
The Republic of Indonesia is made up of tens of thousands of islands, hundreds of cultures and languages. The Estonia is made up of meat and onion slop-eating Hungarians who polished the cups of German horses for 1,000 years before being elevated to sapiens by the USSR.
Forever Lumao wing at the fact you're Indonesian. Ha 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 ha.
Laugh it up, you ugly Hungarian macaque. Your destiny is to be obliterated into nothing by a Chinese Dongfeng missile.
Will Estonia ever recover from this? God, I hope not.
Like I would, if I was Estonian, I would. This would murder me. This would literally murder me. What? There's a new Sean video that is 4 hours long.
Hello, every.
Okay, he always has to like... Yo, Sean. Like my excuse that I haven't posted in 5 months is that the new video is going to be 1 hour long. And then you come in with a 4 hour long video. Sean, what the fuck? Sean, seriously? You're making the rest of us look... Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for paying your taxes so I can survive in this economy that Sean is pushing on us. Man, what the fuck, Sean? How does he edit so fast? He doesn't have arms. He is literally a skull. Fucking Sean, goddammit. I love Sean. Sean is fucking great. That would be 5 years of Wow. Wow Mao would need to edit that for 5 years at least. And I don't know if you want to, like, and this is what, he's like, the video is real, trust me. And this is what he sends me. This is what he sends me. I was like, is it going to be mid or magnum opus type shit? And he's like, it's magnum opus type shit. And this is what he sends me. What? Why can't I open that? I should be able to open that. Ah, that's so stupid. Wait. Save image as Mgur, and then up. Can't, dude, I hate X so much. Do you know that on X.com it's not even a photo? Like if somebody sends you something on Messenger via X. Can't even save it as a JPEG, so now I had to screenshot it. This is what he sends me. What the fuck? CRT 1000, Yugopnik, Wow Mao, and this says, and a Filipinoid are the makers of this video. I remember from the, like, literally it says a Balkanoid and a Filipinoid are the makers of this video. But this is going to be... There's a beans, toast, and a sausage over here. There's like very racist depiction of some sort of person. There's sheep. There's what I believe to be a drunk, some sort of minority on top of a barrel. And the video is going to be called The History of Every Slur Ever. So just get fucking ready is what I'm telling you. Get fucking ready. Elite tier UK breakfast. We shitpost here a little bit. Indeed. Oh, let's because I really want to watch the Sean video later as well because it just popped up. Let's actually check out what my boy said at the UN. Okay, I think this is going to be great content. Oh my God, look at him. He's so serious. Did you guys see this? How he cocked Macron? This is fucking absurd.
How many people? No, I have 10 people with me. I go to the French embassy.
No. I'm sorry, I'm president. I'm really sorry. It's just that everything's frozen right now. There's a border keep coming right. That's why.
I'm sorry. If you don't see it, let me cross. I negotiate with you.
No, it's not that.
How are you? Guess what? I'm waiting in the street because everything is frozen for you.
If they did this to Trump in France, he would literally start a war. 100%. 100% he would start a war. If they did this to Trump in Paris, he would start a war.
Are you sorry? That's because I
don't know, it's still 3 or 4 in the afternoon. But I would love if we can. Yeah, I know. I would follow. But you know, after I wanted.
This is such a massive security threat as well. I think he needed to walk through New York for a full hour.
Love if we can have a short discussion with Qatar and you on the situation in Gaza because.
I'm sorry, I'm the president. I'm really sorry. It's just that.
street. It will not be permitted.
Imagine you're just chilling there getting a fucking hot dog, and all of a sudden there's the fucking president of France strolling past you.
No, you don't want to be on the picture?
I think I'll flip that head. I'll put it.
Put yourself on the picture. Put yourself on the picture because the president doesn't have so much time.
Non, c'est bon,
Look at me, look at me. Voilà.
You got a fucking peck on the head. What the fuck? Oh, what the hell? Oh.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. Who the fuck said that the center of the UN should be in New York? It should rotate. It really should rotate. Why the fuck are we putting it in America? The unipolar, only world power, and they get to host the UN fucking General Assembly. Eat my fucking dick. It should be like an absurdly neutral country. An absurdly neutral, semi-irrelevant country like Luxembourg or something. Or like San Marino or Milan or some shit like that. Sarajevo. Fuck yeah. Sarajevo would go hard.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
So I should 1.5 him. He talks slow. Let's 1.5 him. Let's put this respect on our prez. Everybody salute the chat. The president is speaking. I want silence and I want resounding respect. Thank you, Jaeger, as the president speaks and you subscribe or pay your taxes. Remember that means a communist is making money from a Trump speech. Always keep that in your soul and understanding. In a way, it is a symbolic victory, but a true one nonetheless. For communist talking heads on the internet, pay your taxes, 20 for the West, 10 Western minorities, and 5 for the developing world. Now quiet as the president speaks. Mashallah.
And I don't mind making the speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart.
Well, at 1.5, he actually sounds like he's talking normally.
I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
Imagine being the teleprompter, guys. Fuck my life. Like half of the people here would want him shot at the back of the head. But he's so funny that everybody's laughing. And look, it's all full cucks. Look at a planet of cuckolds. Holy fucking shit, we're so cucked. We are so fucking cucked by this. Okay? By this. Oh, Lord.
Hello, Madam First Lady. Thank you very much for being here. And Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world leaders. 6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on
10 seconds. Our president makes it about himself. Incredible.
continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great crises of our time.
After his speech, just before the next speaker, they said that the teleprompter was working fine. The teleprompter was made for tiny Europeans, not an American with such a large frame, such incredible height. Okay, it was directed very low. The little teleprompter, it was supposed to be raised for somebody as large and beautiful as our president.
Here in the United States, 4 years of weakness, lawlessness, and radicalism under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters.
This, ladies and gentlemen, in NBs is American exceptionalism. Talking about, imagine any other country coming up to talk to the entire world, and they're talking about the fucking previous administration of their own country. They're talking about their own domestic elections. They're talking about the particularities of domestic infighting that they're experiencing back home. Only Americans, because Americans think that the whole world is America.
1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble. But today, just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world.
We're the hottest country anywhere. What?
And there is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth.
Oh my God, I love this. Oh my God.
Of disasters. For the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble, but today, just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, and there is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth. This is indeed the golden age of America. We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity that we
Thank you,
inherited
Captain
from
Nice.
the previous administration, including ruinous price increases and record-setting inflation. Inflation like we've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down.
Taxation is up. Pay your taxes as we watch Trump. That would mean I am making money from a Trump speech. A communist is making money from a Trump speech. Make the dreams of a young boy come true.
Mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated.
Fuck my beautiful queen.
The only thing that's up is
Melania for president.
the stock market, which just hit a record high. In fact, it hit a record high 48 times in the last short period of time. Growth is surging, manufacturing is booming. The stock market, as I said, is doing better than it's ever done. And all of you in this room...
Everything is the best. 100 best. We are operating at 101%.
benefit by that. Almost every...
And all of you should be thankful that America is doing well, because that means you're doing well.
everybody. And importantly, workers' wages are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years. And that's what it's all about.
The whole speech is him being like, we are the best.
In 4 years of President Biden, we had less than $1 trillion of new investment into the United States. In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion is being invested in the United States, and it's now pouring in from all parts of the world. We've implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. And many of the people in this room are investing in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during this 8-month period.
Yeah, I don't know, like the Korean companies that get their fucking employees arrested because they want to teach incapable Americans how to do a particular job. Stuff like that.
In my first term, I built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the best economy ever, history of the world.
Oh, Lord, why is he so funny?
And I'm doing the same thing again, but this time it's actually much bigger and even better. The numbers...
Oh, God.
far surpassed my record-setting first term. On our southern border, we have successfully repelled a colossal invasion, and for the last 4 months, and that's 4 months in a row, the number...
I don't know, like Russia seems to be still fighting in Ukraine. Israel seems to be still killing people in Gaza. I thought peaceful euphoria was going to start the second you came into office, my guy.
of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country has been zero. Hard to believe, because if you look back just a year ago, it was millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, from prisons,
Zero.
from mental institutions, drug dealers,
Literally the people with the autisms.
all over the world they came.
The autisms came in. Now we are going to cure autisms at home.
They just poured into our country with the ridiculous open
With massive portions of Tylenol, giving it to everyone, making Americans autistic.
border policy of the Biden administration. Our message is very simple. If you come illegally into the United States, you're going to jail, or you're going back to where you came from, or perhaps even further than that. You know what that means. I want to thank the country of El Salvador for the successful and professional job they've done in receiving and jailing so many criminals that entered our country. And it was under the previous administration that the number became record-setting.
He's literally flexing about having off-site prison camps.
And they're all...
What does that mean? He's saying thank you, El Salvador, for allowing us to extradite people for you to most likely kill.
being taken out. We have no choice. And other countries have no choice because other countries are in the exact same situation with immigration. It's destroying your country, and you have to do something about it. On the world stage, America is respected again like it has never been respected before. You think about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 1 year ago, we were a laughingstock all over the world. At the NATO summit in June, virtually all NATO members formally committed to increase defense spending, at my request, from 2% to 5% of GDP, making our alliance far stronger and more powerful than it was ever before. In May, I traveled to the Middle East to visit my friends and rebuild our partnerships in the Gulf and those.
Yeah, and afterwards, I let Israel bomb them. And I was like, do something about it, bitch. Qatar, do something about it, bitch.
Valued relationships with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. And
yeah, valued relations with Qatar.
other
Yeah.
countries are now,
That you allowed your allies to literally bomb.
I believe, closer than ever before. My administration has negotiated one historic trade deal after another, including with the United Kingdom, the
What's up,
European
James?
Union, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and many, many others. Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable.
What wars? What, bro? What?
You're never going to
You started one basically with Venezuela, and that's it.
get them solved. Some were going for 31 years.
Okay, 31-year wars? Chat, who was fighting for 31 years? What the hell? What's this 31-year war? The Azerbaijan-Albanian War of 2025. Oh, that one was hardcore, dude. That one was hardcore. I hear 2 dogs and a donkey died in that one.
31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years. One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia.
What the fuck? We were in an active what? 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 Start group chat with Kosovo Albanian friend and Serbian friend. Trn, trn, trn. Yo, guys, what's up? What's up? You guys no longer beefing or no longer fighting or what? I just heard Trump say the war is over. I thought the war was over 25 years ago, but apparently it ended now. Oh, it ended now. It did end now. Now you're all like hugging and like dancing choro together and you love each other. Fuck yeah, man. That's great. Oh yeah, I guess it did end. Somebody forgot to tell me that there was an active war between Kosovo and Serbia. I missed the whole war right next to me. That's so insane. Maybe you know something that we don't.
The Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was.
Like the paramilitaries there are still fighting. What the fuck are you talking about?
Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran.
Well, Pakistan and India were because of the jets. Because of the jet, they just threw a bunch of shit at each other and then they didn't continue. It didn't grow into a full-out war, but that's you stopping a war. It didn't start. Oh my lord!
Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was. Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia.
Israel and Iran. You helped potentially started 12-day war.
And Armenia and Azerbaijan.
I told Israel to send rockets at Iran, and then we bombed Iran, and that was very peaceful.
It included all of them. Ethiopia and Armenia and Azerbaijan.
The war between Armenia and Azerbaijan is an on and off thing that's been waging forever, and the most recent clashes ended before you became president. What? Imagine being from any of those countries right now, like a president or a diplomat from any of those countries listening to this right now, scratching your head, looking over to the guy from the other country, being like, "What? We fought? What? I didn't know he must know something we don't."
Included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that.
I'm sorry, but you don't seem to be quite well informed about these topics. I'll trust the guy talking at the UN. That's some serious credentials. Ha! Chunky Gerga. Very good one.
And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. There's never been anything like that. I'm very honored to have done it. It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them.
We are so cucked. He comes into your house. He comes into your house. He tells you his dick is bigger than yours. He slaps you on the forehead, tells you that you do nothing, and you just got to sit there and take it. That, ladies and gentlemen in NBs, that is unipolarity.
I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much.
Isn't it in New York? Isn't it all like Americans working in the building, bruv?
And by the way, it's working now. Just went on.
Bravo, boss.
Thank you. I think I should just do it the other way. It's easier. Thank you very much. I didn't think of it at the time because I was too busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving and stopping of these wars.
Oh, my God.
But later I realized that the United Nations wasn't there for us. They weren't there. I thought of it really after the fact, not during these negotiations, which were not easy. That being the case, what is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential.
Yeah, because they can't do shit if the Americans don't want them to do something.
For the most part, at least for now, all they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up.
Yeah, because of you guys.
It's empty words.
Literally because of you.
And empty words don't solve war.
So you want a global UN human army?
The only thing that solves war and wars is action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our
It's a very big thing.
country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements.
I can't. This is schizo posting. My guy is schizo posting in UN. Like he's schizo posting in UN. There's a president of a country schizo posting in 4K. My posting president. Holy shit, dude.
But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers.
Like I don't know. Like contextualize it a little bit better. Wait, I can probably wait. Crazy. Can I have like a video of just a guy losing his shit? Okay, like this, wait.
And then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers because millions of people are no longer being killed.
I can't find the proper
endless
stock footage or whatever, but this is just like, if it's not a camera pointed at a president of a country speaking at the fucking UN General Assembly, these are just the ramblings of a dude that's high off his rockers on crack on most American corners. Like
unglorious wars. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's saving lives. We saved millions and millions of lives with the 7 wars. And we have others that we're working on, and you know that.
7 guy literally invented a bunch of wars and then said that he fucking stopped them. Oh.
Many years ago,
you cannot talk shit about me stopping the war in Ukraine. because I stopped the other 7.
very successful
I
real
know I promised you Ukraine. Okay, Putin didn't want to work with me, but I stopped the other 7.
estate developer in New York.
What's fucking worse? He's just lying. Don't be confused, my friend. So for question, he's just fucking lying. It's
Known as Donald J. Trump. I bid on the renovation and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about, I'm going to give you marble floors. They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything. You're going to have
mahogany. Muhugunu.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Why the
Unk meme. Very unk meme, but applies.
mahogany walls. They're going to give you plastic. But they decided to go in another direction, which was much more expensive at the time, and which actually produced a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know what they were doing when it came to construction, and that they're
Oh my God, he's making fun of the way they built the fucking UN building.
building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns. Well, I turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk in Terrazzo, do you notice that? As far as I'm concerned, frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago.
For those of you who are joining us now, our president, our beautiful, beautiful, large, beautiful president said that he stopped 7 wars in the last 6 months. One of them is between Serbia and Kosovo. That war ended 26 years ago, but he said he stopped it now. Just so you understand, okay? I can live in peace now, Chad.
Play a productive
I was actually streaming from a war zone.
role.
Turns out I live in peacetime now. My region is saved. I didn't know I really didn't know. I was like, why does everything suck so much here? Turns out I was living in a war zone. Can I call myself a war veteran now? Can you guys thank me for my service? Guys, I want everyone to thank me for my service. Subscribe right now and pay your taxes. You are watching a war veteran right now.
I'm here today.
No jokes aside, I have been bombed by real bombs when I was younger, but apparently it didn't end back then. Apparently the war was continuing, so legendary.
To offer the hand of...
Finally, Albanians and Serbs can live hand in hand. Thank you, President Trump, for saving us from ourselves.
American leadership and friendship to any nation in this assembly that is willing to join us in forging a safer, more prosperous world. And it's a world that we'll be much happier with. A dramatically better future is within our reach. But to get there, we must reject the failed approaches of the past and work together to confront some of the greatest threats in history. There is no more serious danger to our planet today than the most powerful and destructive weapons ever devised by man, of which the United States, as you know, has many. Just as I did in my first term, I've made containing these threats a top priority, starting with the nation of Iran. My position is very simple. The world's #1 sponsor of terror can never be allowed to possess the most dangerous weapon.
But didn't you stop a war there? Now you're saying that you needed to do something which can be classified as, almost as a war to stop it. What?
That's why shortly after taking...
Why is nobody paying taxes? You don't respect your troops? You don't respect your troops? Put respect on your troops, especially Westerners, okay? A war just ended. Aren't we going to celebrate through taxation, through payment of jizya to your streamer? I thought like we live in world peace now. Didn't you hear the president? Are you doubting what the president says? Look, he's a white dude in a suit in the UN. Of course what he's saying is true. Are you fucking insane? Jesus Christ.
In office, I sent the so-called...
You guys just want war and war and war and war. But you never celebrate when there's actual peacetime.
Supreme Leader, a letter making a generous offer. I extended a pledge of full cooperation in exchange for a suspension of Iran's nuclear program. The regime's answer was to continue their constant threats to their neighbors and...
Just like, oh, fuck me, man. Come on. Why the fuck are we in his mouth again? Oh, Lord. Why are we in his mentions again? What the fuck?
U.S. interest throughout the region, and some great countries that are right nearby. Today, many of Iran's former military commanders, in fact, I can say almost all of them, are no longer with us. They're dead. And 3 months ago, in Operation Midnight Hammer, 7 American B-2 bombers dropped the 14 30,000-pound each bombs on Iran's key nuclear facilities.
The UN, it cannot do anything. You guys suck. By the way, I'm now going to give examples of why you can't do anything, because we are the strongest. And in a unipolar world, the UN is irrelevant because there is only one world superpower.
Totally obliterating everything. No other country on earth could have done what we did. No other country has the equipment to do what we did. We have the greatest weapons on earth. We hate to use them. But we did something that for 22 years people wanted to do. With Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity demolished, I immediately brokered an end to the 12-day war, as it's called.
But you started it. What the? Oh my God! I can't. This is not a fun stream because what kind of commentary am I supposed to give to a guy just fucking lying?
Between Israel and Iran, with both sides agreeing to fight no longer. As everyone knows, I have also been deeply engaged in seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. Have to get that done. Have to get it done. Unfortunately, Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable.
So many months of child soldiering for the revolution. Nice. By the way, you're going to need to balkanize my name. When you pronounce it, I know the end sounds like Serbo-Croat names, but I'm in no way from the Balkans or lot of the Balkans, though. Oh, so Necronikar. I keep calling you Necronichar because, like, if it was Serbo-Croatian, it would just literally mean like the guy that takes care of the corpses in the hospital. Like,
offers to make peace.
But thank you for the support, my friend.
We can't forget October 7th, can we? Now, as if to encourage continued conflict, some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities.
Ooh.
This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities, including October 7th, even while they refuse to release the hostages or accept a ceasefire. Instead of giving to Hamas...
Oh, yeah. They can't accept the ceasefire because you keep fucking killing the people negotiating in the ceasefire. You literally killed all of them in Qatar. And previous to that, you killed one of the most famous Hamas politicians and diplomats who was also participating in said negotiations. But okay, yeah. FML, when they kill my guy that's negotiating and then say that I don't want to negotiate, FML.
And giving so much, because they have taken so much. This could have been solved so long ago. But instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages now. Just release the hostages now.
My American president, a true patriot, never backing down
from protecting Israel.
He always puts one country above all others. My president of Israel. Show him, President. Show him the might of America. We will fuck anyone up
who fucks with Israel.
Thank you. As we have got to come together.
Who the fuck is clapping? The 30 countries that did not recognize Palestine. These are the cuckolds. Let's see the cuckolds. Countries recognizing Palestine. Okay. These are the cuckolds. Okay. These are the cuckolds. The cuckolds from my part of the world are Greece, Macedonia, and Kosovo. And Moldova, poor Moldova, what the fuck? Okay, we got the cuck belt right here. We got the cuck belt. Much love to all Lithuanians, Latvians, and Estonians, but your governments are literally cucked. Finland, because Finland's like in between everything, so Finland's like, what the fuck is happening? The kings of Eastern cuckoldry, of course, Japan, of course. We got Myanmar here because of its domestic politics doing this. Obviously still cringe. Cameroon and Eritrea, probably Israel just gave them a bunch of money to say they agree. Obviously the state of Israel. And Croatia, which Croatia is going to change their opinion. There's big discussion in Croatia about quote unquote flipping sides. So expect in the next couple of months Croatia to flip. Croatia is definitely going to flip. I'm almost 100% sure. Germany, obviously, you can't do anything with. Even in Italy, under a far right government, they are currently, for the first time, openly talking about the Israeli war crimes in Palestine. The big question is whether they're just doing it as a means to secure more votes for a relatively up-and-coming election, as they recognize that Italians' opinions are completely shifted when it comes to the pre-October 7 and post-October 7 perspective towards Palestine and Gaza. So the Italians might switch. And yeah, it's literally like just fucking 3 countries, unironically. How those 3 Baltic countries do not recognize Palestine, but Palestine was recognized by the USSR in 1988. Did they revoke their recognition? Yes. Haven't followed Macedonian politics for a few years, but I'm quite curious about what you think about it. I might have attended some protests long ago, though. Macedonia is unfortunately a literal colony at this point. They're just really debating on whose colony to be, unfortunately. Macedonia, I have massive love towards Macedonia. It's literally my favorite Balkan ethnicity. But no independence. It's not an independent. That's not a sovereign country. Macedonia is not a sovereign country. It's literally not a sovereign country. Macedonia revert to right wing? No, Macedonians are not right wing. It's just not a sovereign country. It's very unfortunate. They just do whatever the fuck they tell them so that they can potentially enter the EU and maybe save a literal dead economy. So don't beef with Macedonians themselves or Greeks. Greeks are some of the strongest fucking supporters of the Palestinian cause, have always been. They have some of the most, they had some of the biggest pro-Palestinian protests in the entirety of Europe. And generally, Greeks politically are passionately based. But their government, a current right-wing government, just loves sucking NATO dick, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. The cock belt guys, they just want to be as pro-Western as possible, pro-American as possible, as a means to potentially protect themselves from a Russian threat. Finland, honestly, I don't know what Finland is doing. Germany is just eternally cucked. Denmark, Danish people in chat, do you think that Denmark might switch its position? Denmark and Netherlands are freaky. I don't get it why. Croatia's definitely going to switch its position. Croatia's definitely going to switch. You got me. That's a civilized world line, actually. That's a good word. How many subs have I given this month? How can I check that? I don't know, my friend. Denmark is just being Denmark, to be honest. They in here maybe slowly, but Denmark is pretty far into the Hasbara. That's, yeah. Finland doesn't recognize because our Christian and asshole parties run the government and they're super pro-America all the way from center to right. Yeah, so this is basically the picture. Oh, and I wonder why these guys don't recognize it. What was this country? United States of... And what the fuck is up with Panama? Look at how based this entire continent is. How based this entire continent is. So incredibly based. I mean, these guys as well. Look, 1988. Recognize it from the get-go. But Croatians reverted the decision because of some good Israeli money. Panama just doesn't want to get invaded. Well, yeah, I mean, this picture will be in history books. Picture will be in history books. Oh yeah, New Zealand is whack as hell. This picture will be in history books. Do with that what you will.
And we will come together, get it done. We have to stop the war in Gaza immediately. We have to stop it. We have to get it done. We have to negotiate. Immediately have to negotiate peace. We got to get the hostages back. We want all 20 back. We don't want 2 and 4. As you know, I got, along with Steve Witkoff and others that helped us, Marco Rubio, we got most of them back. We were involved in all of them.
I personally went in, I talked to the Hamas people, then I killed 70 of them with my bare hands. I slapped him. He was like, I hate America. And I was like, I hate you, you brown motherfucker. Then I put him in a chokehold under my belly. He immediately suffocated. Then I saw they were so beautiful, so pale, so white, so beautiful, Israeli hostage. I saved them. He said, thank you, Trump. I love you, Trump. You're the best. You build magnificent buildings. Thank you so much. But then when we were leaving, there was a huge tank made up of Palestinian babies. You see, they tie babies down on their tanks, like 100 babies at a time. And I was like, what should I do? I was like, I cannot do anything. But then proud IDF soldiers came. They took out knives. They killed all the babies on the tank. And then they let the tank roll away because that is how they do things. I was very proud. That was a great day. I saved the hostage.
The last 20 are going to be the hardest, and that's exactly what happened. We have to get them back now. We don't want to get back 2, and then another 2, and then 1, and then 3. Have this process. No, we want them all back, and we want the actually 38 dead bodies back too. Those parents came to me, and they want them back, and they want them back
They came to me
quickly and very badly, as though they were alive. They want them. They want them every bit as much as if their son or daughter were alive. I've also been working relentlessly, stopping the killing in Ukraine. I thought that would be, of the 7 wars that I stopped.
Oh, he addresses it. Okay, interesting.
I thought that would be the...
But then Putin was a piece of shit. That little piece of shit. Why the fuck didn't he want to accept?
Easiest because of my relationship with President Putin, which had always been a good one. I thought that was going to be the easiest one. But you know, in war, you never know what's going to happen. There are always lots of surprises, both good and bad. Everyone thought Russia would win this war in 3 days, but it didn't work out that way. It was supposed to be just a quick little skirmish. It's not making Russia look good. It's making them look bad. No matter what happens from here on out, this was something that should have taken a matter of days, certainly less than a week. And they've been fighting for 3.5 years.
He's like, Russians, why didn't you invade it faster so that I don't have to talk about this? Or so that I don't... Making everything about myself, King.
And killing anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 young soldiers, mostly soldiers, on both sides, every single week. From 5,000 to 7,000 dead young people. And some in cities, much smaller numbers, where rockets are shot, where drones are dropped. This war would never have started if I were president. This was a war that should have never happened. It shows you what leadership is, what bad leadership can do to a country. Look what happened to the United States, and look where we are right now in just a short period of time. The only question now is how many more lives will be needlessly lost on both sides. China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products, which, as you know, I found out about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't happy. Think of it. They're funding the war against themselves. Who the hell?
But who's funding the Ukrainian side? You fucking... Oh my God, that's so hilarious.
I've ever heard of that one. In the event that Russia is not ready to make a deal to end the war, then the United States...
Throwing shade about somebody economically funneling cash into a participant of a conflict is a perfectly legitimate point to make. But it's an insane one to make when you're also funneling money into the other side. It's wild.
Is fully prepared to impose a very strong round of powerful tariffs, which would stop the bloodshed, I believe, very quickly. But for those tariffs to be effective, Europe...
He was literally talking about how the tariffs don't do shit, and you need a deal maker, and he's a deal maker, and he's going to make a deal with Putin. And now he's just talking about tariffs. Tariffs that the Russian war economy has absolutely adapted to. They're already selling their fucking oil to the Indians and to the Chinese, who are then reselling it to the European Union. The European Union is already talking about how its welfare system needs to be cut down, how they need austerity, while the most important resource they need, being gas and oil, becoming more and more expensive. This is not me making a pro-Russian or an anti-Russian argument. This is just literally what is happening when it comes to the economic battlefield. Western sanctions have proven to be a paper tiger. Sure, you can make an argument that the Russian army has been made to look like a paper tiger, but so has Western economic warfare.
European nations, all of you are gathered here right now, would have to join us in adopting the exact same measures. I mean, you're much closer to this. We have an ocean in between. You're right there. And Europe has to step it up. They can't be doing what they're doing. They're buying oil and gas from Russia while they're fighting Russia. It's embarrassing to them. And it was very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, I can tell you that. But they have to immediately cease all energy purchases from Russia. Otherwise, we're all wasting a lot of time. So I'm ready to discuss this. We're going to discuss it today.
I didn't manage to live up to my promises of stopping the war, and it's China's fault. My guy literally just went, it's China's fault. Everything is China's fault. I have crippling diarrhea. It's because the oil we buy for our food is from China, and it gives me the shitters. Melania complains. She's like, you must bomb China. I can't listen to you take a shit for 5 hours every night, waking me up. I want to sleep. I'm a queen.
With the European nations all gathered here. I'm sure they're thrilled to hear me speak about it, but that's the way it is. I like to speak my mind and speak the truth as we seek.
Pay your taxes. Reminder to pay your taxes because that would mean a communist is making money off of a Donald Trump speech, which is fucking hilarious.
To reduce the threat of dangerous weapons today, I'm also calling on every nation to join us in ending the development of biological weapons once and for all. And biological is terrible, and nuclear is even beyond, and we include nuclear in that. We want to have a cessation of the development of nuclear weapons. We know, and I get to view it all the time. Sir, would you like to see? And I look at weapons that are so powerful that we just can't ever use them. If we ever use them, the world literally might come to an end. There would be no United Nations to be talking about. There would be no nothing.
Trump being like, what the fuck? The Russians can sell oil to someone that is not to its west? What the fuck? I didn't even think those were real countries. What? They use oil in the East? What the fuck?
Just a few years ago, reckless experiments overseas.
I thought they all lived in caves. What the hell?
This gave us a devastating global pandemic. Yet despite that worldwide catastrophe, many countries are continuing extremely risky research into bioweapons and man-made pathogens. This is unbelievably dangerous. To prevent potential disasters, I'm announcing today that my administration will lead an international effort to enforce biological weapons convention, which is going to be meeting with the top leaders of the world by pioneering an AI verification system that everyone can trust. Hopefully the UN can play a constructive role, and it will also be one of the early projects under AI. Let's see how good it is, because a lot of people are saying it could be one of the great things.
Did you see all the issues Trump had at the UN were self-inflicted by his staff? Who saw that coming? Yeah, literally everybody.
Ever. But
okay, so he's just like gonna repeat all this shit. Whatever. Let's check out the Sean video. How you feel about Azerbaijan and Albania? Very, very, very proud that all those wars ended. All those 7 wars that were being fought yesterday, they've all ended now. It is incredible. I like when he ends the wars. It is good. Wars should be ended. It is very nice. I like it very much. Do you guys like it as well when he ends the wars? It is so good. Thank you, Mr. President, for the wars have been ended. Europe is kind of fucked in this situation since the advancement of Russian capital is mainly in countries like Georgia, Moldova, and up until recently Ukraine. So basically the only markets European capital can enter relatively easily. Imperialist internal contradictions since they are dependent on Russian natural gas. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. But not the European Union are American vassals that are still economically dependent. The European Union are American vassals whose economic stability is dependent on the Russian Federation, which has now positioned itself as a direct competitor to the United States of America. So the contradiction there is that you have a boss that you can never betray because like they've built all your infrastructure and they have like 700 bases in every single one of your countries. So you have to salute and you have to say thank you and you have to do absolutely anything they say. But you go broke unless you work with their enemy. And now your imperial master comes to you and says you can no longer work with my enemy. You got to go broke because number 1, you're my vassal. Number 2, you're economically stable. That is a contradiction. that the Europeans are trying to solve. But they cannot. They could very easily solve it by developing independent nuclear power, by trading with alternative partners and so on. But they can't because they are not independent. Because the Americans don't tell you stop buying Russian oil. The Americans tell you stop buying Russian oil and start buying American oil. The Americans don't tell you stop buying Russian oil and develop your own nuclear power. They tell you no, you don't get to develop nuclear power. You buy from us. That is the contradiction of current geopolitical European cuckoldry. And there needs to be a political alternative, a very populist, left-wing political alternative in Europe that under its foreign policy pitch literally calls for hardcore European sovereignty. No East, no West. European sovereignty, European Union for the European Union. And I think that would sell really well. But there's nobody who would invest in that, except maybe the Chinese. But the Chinese is fucking foreign policy strategy is do nothing, win. So the Europeans are just stuck in no man's land, and they can't do anything. This is a massive oversimplification, but that's basically it. They're stuck between dependence on Russian oil economically and political dependence on the United States of America. Italy is sending a Navy ship to support the flotilla? Damn. Italian right-wingers doing good shit. Crazy. Italy sends Navy frigate to assist global sumo flotilla after vessels targeted by drones off Greece. Organizers of a Gaza-bound flotilla carrying a pro-Palestinian activist said they heard more than a dozen explosions, saw multiple drones that targeted some of their boats. Motherfuckers literally gonna fucking kill them. We're witnessing these psychological operations firsthand right now, but we will not be intimidated. Italy's defense minister sent a Navy frigate to assist the flotilla on Wednesday to ensure assistance to the Italian citizens on the flotilla. I spoke with the Prime Minister and authorized the immediate intervention of the Italian Navy's multi-purpose frigate, which was sailing north of Crete as part of Operation Safe Sea. The vessel is already en route to the area for possible rescue operations. Okay, there you go. Possible rescue operations. They're gonna take them off the boat and they're gonna drive them back to Italy. That's what they're doing. It's still cool. Still cool. I want shit on my short Queen Meloni for this one, but it's not to help them move further towards Israel. Okay, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna have official Italian army helping the frigate go closer to the fucking to Israeli waters.
We will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement.